Hey guys, JT out here with a live run of my Traxxas Rustler VXL. This is one of the more or less stock Rustlers that I have. It's got the Millennium system in it, stock gearing and stuff. I did add some tires and wheels to it, so it does have the J Concepts tires and wheels on there. It does give it kind of a, hey, what's going on, Chris? It does have these tires on there, and these tires are actually pretty good. I run these on a couple of my cars and they do hold up pretty well. And of course I did add the wheelie bar to it, but what I did to the wheelie bar was I added in these airplane tires and wheels. And what these do right here is when you actually run with the stock ones that come on these wheelie bars, the plastic ones, it's like a hard plastic, and then you upgrade to the other ones. It's got a rubbery compound. But the thing is that even when the car like wheelies, it still kind of bounces a little bit because it's still hitting those little small tires and wheels, and they are plastic. With these, it'll actually hit and absorb a lot better, and it won't cause it to wiggle like it's this as much in the air. It'll just kind of do a solid wheelie and keep going. So these are like, I think $2 or $3 for both. So these are a good add-on to this as well. Hey guys, what's going on? I saw a couple people more join on here. So, and then of course I added the heat sink to the motor because the VXL motor does get pretty hot. I'm not running any 3S lipos in here. I have a 2S lipo in here, and it does have the stock gearing. So figured get out here for a couple of minutes and film this while I'm running. See what you guys were up to on this Saturday. Hey guys, hey, I see everybody kind of joining on. See what you guys are kind of up to and see if y'all had any questions for me. Why I got a pretty open Saturday, which is good. Hardly have those sometimes. Sometimes I'm kind of busy doing other stuff, but I am running this on 2S, so I do expect the speed to be probably about 40. I do have a ramp out here too that I've been slightly hitting it. This isn't my super bash Rustler where I just tear it all up, but I do have another Rustler for that purpose there. Sometimes I like to get out and just, like everybody else, just drive my cars. They don't have to be super fast or anything like that. So somebody had asked me before, how does this Rustler perform towards other cars? So in my opinion, and from all the cars I've had, the Rustler's a good bashing truck. You can possibly compete with it on a local level. I think if you get to some of the national and regional circuits, you'll have a little trouble because the Rustler is a little bit heavy. Well, it's a lot heavy. And it's going to take a lot of adjustments to get this thing to hook up right. The T4 and some of the other trucks that are out there as well, they perform a lot better as far as handling is concerned, but that's also in the tires and wheels and actually the ways the cars are constructed. The Rustler wasn't really made to go out there and, you know, win a lot of races, but it was made to go fast, jump, and bash. I've seen a couple of guys that have used Rustlers in races and actually won and come in the top 3, which is good, but they've done a lot of adjustability to it. I've never raced a Rustler. Well, I actually did a couple of years ago on a track, and it was pretty difficult because it took a lot to get this thing to hook up good. And they got a lot of speed and acceleration. You have to do a lot of adjustments to it as well. So I see you guys putting up a couple of comments. So let me see what's going on. Get this over here so I won't get my car smashed and ran over. I don't know how this stream looks. Sometimes the stream is good, sometimes it's bad. So yep, I'll be at the Hobbytown swap meet tomorrow. I'll be there probably about 10:30 or so. I have a couple cars for sale, and I'll probably have some pretty good deals going on as well. So if you guys are in the area, come out to Hobbytown Duluth for the swap meet. It starts at 12. You can meet me out there. I'll have some t-shirts, and then I'll have a couple of items for sale as well. And be able to talk to some people too, because I don't plan on hosting any events, and it kind of takes away a lot of time for me when I do that. So as far as gearing, this is stock gearing. It's 8328, I believe it is. So yeah, get that Rustler out and run. You broke your RC car? Yeah, I broke a couple of mine too. So I've been working on them all week, especially when I ran my my rally into that pole last week. But the good thing is, the only thing I broke was the drive shaft. That's something that bent on it. So yeah, my body's got all kinds of scratches and stuff like that on there. So you see this up there, and sometimes it just doesn't pay to put all this money in the bodies because you're just gonna bust your stuff all up. So I don't know how this live feed looks on here, but I'm gonna jump this sucker some. I think at some point in time I'm gonna do a jump video. Some people don't know how to jump cars, and I think I'll get some ramps out here, and I'll get some two-wheel drive. Do I like the ballooning? Well, with these tires on here, it doesn't really do it. I'm running it on 2S, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But I think at some point I am gonna try to do like a basic jumping video. Because some people have asked me about jumping and all that. And of course, it's different based on two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. And also kind of the structure of the car too. You know, if a car has a wing on it, if it doesn't have a wing, and kind of the way the body's constructed. But there is gonna be a difference between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive when you jump. Maybe I'll try to get out to one of the larger off-road tracks as well, and get some 10 scales and 8 scale cars out there just to kind of show the differences in jumping. And I guess at some point I'll also do some basic driving videos. This thing right now has TSM turned on very little. I think TSM was one of the best things Traxxas could have did for their cars because they handled okay. But with the TSM on, it's like night and day difference. It really, really is. Oh, let's see. I see you guys putting comments up. Yeah, 4x4 is a lot easier to control in the air. Whatever happened to my website? I'm not sure what you mean, Will Rustler. Oh, basically that was a Stampede 4x4 that was converted to a Rustler. Jang actually did from Ultimate RC. If you guys get a chance, check out some of his videos. He was kind of the original that started a lot of us doing YouTube videos. Once he stopped doing them, it was kind of like, but he got a lot of people involved, but he gave unbiased reviews. I mean, he basically told you whether something was junk or not. But he was the first one to do, that I know of, a Rustler 4x4 conversion. He basically took a Stampede 4x4, put a Rustler body on it, put some Anacondas on it, and he actually put an 8 scale system in it. And it was crazy fast. So, and then from that point, he was also the first one to convert a Rustler to a Truggy. A Stampede 4x4 to a Truggy to compete against like the Hyper T and stuff. Now, with that video, I understand that, you know, it performed well and all that, and that the guy won the race, but you had, I think he was a national, he was either a national champion or he was like a professional racer racing against novice guys. So of course, he should have won that race. Not taking anything away from Jang's conversion, because it was a nice conversion. There's still a lot of people doing that as well. But to say it can go out there and to beat the Hyper T like that is, yeah, that's an understatement. Because I know my Hyper T, when it comes down to it, if I had to run it against my Stampede, whether it's converted or not, it'll run circles around that Stampede all day and night. It's just a good performing truck. Now, it's not as fast as a Stampede 4x4, but when it comes down to racing, speed's not always a determining factor of something winning. It's also handling, especially in this industry we're in. I think I may get brave and run a 3S LiPo in here at some point. I just wanted to get this in. It's one of the guys over there from Hobbytown. No, I was trying not to jump that high. See, look at that wheelie. It's more of a, let me see if I can get another good one going. Like my battery just dumped. I'll have to put another battery in because I've been running this for a minute. But like I said, with this wheelie bar, it does make it a lot easier and more controllable wheelies and stuff like that. So yeah, it was called a shapeshifter. He took a Stampede 4x4 and he did some pretty amazing things like that. He really did a lot with it, actually. He converted it to even a trail truck. He did it, of course, as the original monster, but he actually made it a lot bigger. He did it as a truggy, a stadium truck. He did it as a short course truck, and then he also did it as a buggy. So like I said, if you guys want to see some interesting stuff you can do to some Traxxas cars, check out URC or Jang at URC. I believe he still has this site up as well, but he took down his comments, which I don't think he should have did on his videos, but he's got a lot of videos out there as well. So between a Rustler and a Slash 4x4, I would definitely go with a Slash 4x4. Just make sure it's the LCG one. The only reason being is that you can do a lot more to a Slash 4x4. You can convert it to a buggy, monster truck, and all that. Where kind of a Rustler, you're kind of stuck, and then it's 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. Somebody asked, do I want to race? Just kidding you, man. How fast you think? This thing's probably going about 40, a little bit over 40. It's not really geared for speed. I thought about making a speed Rustler, but every time I do a super speed car, y'all, I crash it. I don't know why. So I don't know if I'll be doing it. But then again, like I said, I might get a wild hair and do it at some point. So he changed his channel name. Oh, okay. I know he does Legos and stuff now, like James Bricks and stuff like that. So that's fine and dandy. But I enjoyed when we did RC cars. We said a couple of things happened. I lost my body pin. I just noticed that on the back of this. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna probably run this some more, change out, put another 2S in here, and then run this thing on 3S, and kind of enjoy the day. It's about 80 degrees here in Georgia, nice and windy, but not too windy. So like I said, if you guys are coming to the swap meet tomorrow, I will see you up there. And as always, don't forget to like or dislike, I do say that, and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Find me on Facebook. I always put things on Facebook way before I put it on YouTube, and sometimes some things go on Facebook that don't go on YouTube. So do I have any 5th scale cars? No. The closest thing I have to that is my X-Max. I'm thinking about a 5th scale, but you know, I'm in this Camaro up here, so very limited space in my trunk. So anyway, guys, I will see you later, and I'll probably go live tomorrow for the swap meet, and I may do a couple more videos later today as well. So thanks for watching.